Queen's duty and her service, her commitment to others. I think that's all been incredibly important to me.
The royal family, long known for its traditions, protocols, and carefully guarded privacy, has once again been thrust into the global spotlight after a dramatic and deeply personal event that intertwines two generations of royalty and a lesser-known figure from the extended royal circle. The latest development, which has sent shockwaves through both the palace and public discourse, centers around Prince William's reported decision to revoke a royal title previously bestowed upon one of Queen Camilla's grandsons. This drastic move was prompted by serious allegations that the young royal had been caught bullying Prince George, William's eldest son, and the future king. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. The event, shocking in both its content and implications, highlights the complex and sometimes volatile interactions that can arise within even the most polished and regal of families. The notion that Prince George, still a child, navigating the intense public scrutiny that comes with his position, would become the target of bullying from someone within his own extended family is unsettling, and it has forced the royal household to take swift and unprecedented action. It's not merely about playground dynamics. This is a situation entangled with the dignity of the crown, familial trust, and the integrity of an institution watched by millions around the world. The grandson in question, whose identity is known but not formally acknowledged in public statements, is one of Camilla's biological grandsons from her previous marriage. Unlike George, who was born directly into the line of succession, Camilla's grandchildren have always existed in a liminal space within the royal hierarchy. They are technically connected to the monarchy through Camilla's marriage to King Charles III, but they do not carry royal blood or responsibilities in the traditional sense. Still, the family has made efforts to present a united front, allowing Camilla's grandchildren to share in some of the visibility and ceremonial exposure afforded to other young royals. This gesture had included the informal granting of a courtesy title, signaling their welcome into the broader royal sphere. Yet these efforts at inclusion have now been deeply undermined by this recent breach. Sources close to the palace indicate that the bullying was not a one-off occurrence, but a repeated pattern of behavior that had escalated over time. Prince George, though still very young, is known to take his role with a sense of quiet maturity, one that has been nurtured by his parents' determination to provide a stable and grounded upbringing. The revelation that he was subjected to humiliation and distress, particularly by someone he may have viewed as extended family, was understandably received with alarm and anger by Prince William. William's protective instincts as a father were likely ignited immediately upon learning of the incidents. However, this decision to strip the courtesy title from Camilla's grandson goes beyond a father's response. It signals a deliberate assertion of royal standards and boundaries. The revocation of any royal title, even an informal one, is a significant event. It is a rare and deliberate act, typically reserved for transgressions that threaten the dignity of the monarchy or challenge its values. That William, who is widely seen as a modernizer and a diplomat within the family, would resort to such a public and definitive action underscores the gravity of the situation. There is also the symbolic weight of the act to consider. In a family where appearances are paramount and historical grievances have often been kept behind palace doors, stripping a title carries not only administrative consequences, but also a sharp personal rebuke. It sends a clear message that misbehavior, especially one that targets a child with such immense future responsibility, is intolerable, regardless of familial connections. The monarchy, though increasingly modern in its image, still thrives on hierarchy, decorum, and discipline. This incident, in many ways, is a test of those very principles. The implications of this decision are manifold. Within the royal family, it undoubtedly creates a ripple of tension. Camilla, now queen consort, has worked tirelessly over the years to earn a place of acceptance and even admiration from both the public and her stepchildren. Her relationship with William, once tentative, had reportedly matured into mutual respect. This situation, however, places her in an extremely delicate position. While she is not directly responsible for the actions of her grandchildren, the familial association is unavoidable. Questions will inevitably arise about the environment in which her grandson was raised, and whether she should have intervened sooner or more decisively. For William, The decision reflects a deepening confidence in his role not only as a father, but as the heir apparent. The monarchy has always demanded a delicate balance between private emotion and public duty. William's actions suggest that he is prepared to enforce that balance with firmness, even when it involves internal family matters. It is a potent reminder of the authority he is beginning to wield within the institution, and a harbinger of the leadership style he may adopt as king. While King Charles remains on the throne, the symbolic authority of William continues to grow, and this event adds another layer to his evolving legacy. For Prince George, the incident may be a formative experience. At a young age, he is being introduced not only to the privileges, but also the vulnerabilities that come with his station. The knowledge that he was the target of jealousy, cruelty, or rivalry from someone within his extended circle is bound to leave a mark. Yet the decisive response from his father may also serve to reinforce George's sense of protection and worth within the family structure. It sends a powerful signal to him and to the world that even the youngest royals deserve respect, and that their well-being is non-negotiable. The public response, predictably, has been intense. The monarchy's supporters have largely applauded William's decision, seeing it as evidence of strong leadership and a zero-tolerance stance against bullying. Others have expressed concern about the family's ability to handle such issues internally without resorting to punitive measures that could exacerbate rifts. Still others see this as part of a larger cultural reckoning, an indication that even elite families are no longer exempt from confronting harmful behavior within their own ranks. What complicates the issue further is the ongoing scrutiny surrounding royal family dynamics in general. In recent years, the House of Windsor has endured a series of highly publicized scandals and interpersonal feuds, many of which have been exposed to a global audience hungry for insight into palace life. The fallout from Prince Harry's departure, the media's relentless focus on internal conflicts, and the changing attitudes of younger generations toward monarchy have all created a volatile atmosphere. This latest event only adds fuel to that narrative, providing yet another example of how the royal family is not immune to the same struggles and challenges faced by ordinary families. At its core, this situation touches on themes that are universally resonant: the importance of protecting children, the complications of blended families, the struggle to balance loyalty and accountability, and the burden of public image. It's a modern royal dilemma, layered with emotion, expectation, and symbolism. The fact that it unfolded at the heart of the future of the monarchy, between the heir to the throne and the next king after him, only amplifies its importance. Prince William's choice may also reflect his desire to draw a sharper line between the inner workings of the royal family and those who are only tangentially connected. In a time when the monarchy is striving to slim down and streamline its operations, removing a courtesy title from someone who has now become a liability might be viewed not just as disciplinary, but also strategic. The royal family, once sprawling and populated with many distant figures holding ceremonial roles, is increasingly focused on projecting an image of core unity and professionalism. A family member who cannot uphold the values of dignity and mutual respect simply does not fit that image. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla's response, though not publicly recorded in detail, is likely to be a blend of disappointment and resolve. She has always sought to balance her role as a grandmother with her duties as a royal. But this incident may force her to reckon with the implications of merging two families with very different expectations and levels of public exposure. For her, this event could be an emotional blow, not only because of the damage to her grandson's reputation, but also because of what it might mean for her own hard-won position within the royal fold. The atmosphere at future royal events is likely to be affected, at least in the short term. Trust may be more difficult to extend. Invitations may be more carefully considered. The seemingly casual mixing of blood royals and extended step-family members may undergo quiet recalibration. Public appearances will still maintain their polished veneer, but behind closed doors, lines have been drawn. And that is perhaps one of the most profound takeaways from this moment: the acknowledgement that not all family members, even those with close ties, can be trusted to navigate their proximity to power with grace. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Prince William's move? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.